Welcome to Verify This, the show that answers your questions and separates fact from fiction so you can determine whether viral claims online are true or false. I'm your host, Brandon Lewis. Here's a quick look at what we're covering today on Verify This. Is the NRA exempt from federal taxes? Were more kids killed by gun violence than members of the military and law enforcement? Are Medicaid benefits ending in July? Do COVID-19 vaccines cause monkeypox? And we look at the origins of Pride Month. The answers to these questions and more are coming up on Verify This. This is your show, and we want to hear from you. So send us your comments and questions by tagging us at Verify This or texting us at 202-410-8808. Once you sign up for our daily Fast Facts text alert, like Kimberly did. She's our Verify Viewer Spotlight of the Week after she reached out to ask whether the National Rifle Association is a nonprofit organization when a petition began circulating online asking the IRS to revoke its tax-exempt status. More than 21,000 people have signed a petition calling on the Internal Revenue Service to revoke the National Rifle Association's tax-exempt status. One tweet about its exemption has more than 56,000 likes. And Verify viewer Kimberly sent us this question.
Hey, Verify. Is the NRA tax exempt?
So, let's verify. Does the NRA have tax exempt status? Our sources are the Internal Revenue Service and the NRA. The NRA is the nation's largest gun owners organization and is classified as a 501c4 or social welfare organization. The IRS says this status is for nonprofit groups that mostly exist to lobby or advocate for a cause. This is not the same thing as a charity. A charity can accept tax-deductible donations, but is generally not allowed to lobby. A social welfare organization can't accept tax-deductible donations, but is allowed to lobby. Both are considered nonprofits by the IRS, which means they're exempt from federal taxes. So, yes, the NRA does have tax-exempt status. 501c4s are common and include nonprofits like AARP, the Miss America organization, and some volunteer fire departments. We want to thank Kimberly for sending us her question and being part of our show. If there's something you want verified, email us a video of yourself asking about it to questions@verifythis.com. This week, we continue to receive a lot of questions following the shooting at an elementary school in Uvalde, Texas. President Joe Biden visited the community on June 2nd and claimed that in the U.S., more children have been killed by guns than police officers and members of the armed forces combined. Casey Decker looks into whether that statement is accurate.
On May 24th, a gunman killed 19 children and 2 teachers in Uvalde, Texas. On June 2nd, President Biden gave a speech calling for more restrictions on gun ownership. In it, he made this claim about the victims of gun violence.
Over the last 2 decades, more school-age children have died from guns than on-duty police officers and active-duty military combined.
Let's verify those statistics. Since 2000, have there been more gun deaths among American children than police and military in the line of duty? Our sources, the CDC, the Department of Defense, and the Officer Down Memorial page. The CDC keeps data on fatal injuries, including the number and age of people killed by guns. According to that data, from 2000 to 2020, nearly 32,000 children under the age of 18 were killed by firearms in America. More than half are homicides, several thousand suicides, and some accidents. This does not yet include deaths from 2021 or 22. For the number of active duty military killed since 2000, we can go to the DoD. Their information says just over 7,000 soldiers and civilian employees have died in America's various post-9/11 military operations. It does not specify cause of death. And for police, the Officer Down Memorial page tracks every line of duty death. They say just over 1,200 law enforcement officers have been killed by guns since 2000. Add that to the just over 7,000 active duty military who died, a number that is not exclusively gun related, and you have about 8,000 deaths. The number of children killed by guns in that time frame, just under 32,000. So we can verify, yes, since 2000, there have been more gun deaths among American children than the combined gun deaths among police and military in the line of duty. In fact, it's nearly 4 times as many. With your Verify, I'm Casey Decker.
We fact-checked more stories following the Uvalde school shooting. To see them, just click the watch button on our website, verifythis.com. It's time for this week's Did You Know?, where we feature one relatively unknown interesting fact that we, of course, verified. Did you know Queen Elizabeth II is now the longest reigning British monarch? Her Platinum Jubilee celebrations began earlier this month and honored her 70 years on the throne. On June 12th, she becomes the second longest reigning monarch worldwide, behind Louis XIV, who ruled France for more than 72 years. If you'd like that Did You Know?, sign up for our daily newsletter. It has a new Did You Know every day, as well as 3 fast facts and more of our recent stories. To sign up, go to verifythis.com/email. About 1 in 5 Americans get their health insurance through Medicaid. One Verify viewer emailed us to ask about a rumor they heard that the coverage is coming to an end in July. Ariane Till has the answer.
The Families First Coronavirus Response Act was passed in March of 2020, and it barred states from disenrolling people from Medicaid, even if they otherwise would have become ineligible. In return, states received expanded federal funding for their Medicaid programs. As federal pandemic programs start to phase out, some are wondering what's going to happen to Medicaid. Verify reader Thomas texted us asking, is Medicaid coming to an end in July? So Thomas, let's verify. Our sources are the Department of Health and Human Services, the Commonwealth Fund, a nonprofit with a focus on healthcare policy, the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities, a nonpartisan research and policy institute, and the Urban Institute, a nonprofit research organization focused on advancing upward mobility and equity. We can verify, no, Medicaid coverage will not come to an end in July. But what should be ending on July 15th is the rule protecting expanded Medicaid coverage during the pandemic. But people who have Medicaid won't lose their coverage on that day. That's because HHS told states it would give them 3 months warning before ending it. And that deadline passed with no word from HHS. According to a September 2021 blog post from the Commonwealth Fund and a March 2022 blog post from the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities, once the public health emergency ends, states can begin to redetermine the eligibility of people enrolled in Medicaid. HHS has given states 14 months to complete that process. A September 2021 Urban Institute report estimated that states could disenroll as many as 15 million people during that period for a number of reasons, including an increase in income or administrative issues. So no, Medicaid is not ending in July, but states will be able to redetermine your eligibility once the public health emergency ends. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Till.
Thank you to Verify viewer Thomas for sending us that question. We want to feature your question right here next week. One of the easiest ways to ask it is by commenting on our TikTok. We post explainers about new legislation, our latest fact checks, and we verify some of those wild claims that go viral on the app. The CDC raised its alert for monkeypox amid a worldwide outbreak. Some social media users wonder if there's any connection to the COVID-19 vaccines. So we looked into it. Hundreds of people have been diagnosed with monkeypox amid a worldwide outbreak. Some tweets about the virus are asking whether the COVID-19 vaccine is connected to the outbreak. Others are claiming the monkeypox rash looks similar to the rash caused by shingles, which they say can be a reaction to the COVID-19 vaccine. So let's verify. Does the COVID-19 vaccine cause monkeypox? Our sources are the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, Dr. Thomas Yediger, Medical Director of the ICU at Providence Cedars-Sinai Medical Center, and Ilhelm Moussaoudi, a viral immunologist with the University of Kentucky's College of Medicine. We want to be clear up front that all of our sources say COVID-19 vaccines do not cause monkeypox. The CDC says monkeypox is spread through contact with an infected animal, person, or material contaminated with the virus. The COVID-19 vaccine doesn't contain a live virus or any other ingredient that would cause monkeypox.
It's not possible at all. They protect us against COVID-19 and have no connection whatsoever to herpes viruses, orthopox viruses, which are big double-stranded DNA viruses in completely different families of virus families. So no connection between the two whatsoever.
As for the confusion between monkeypox and shingles, both infections can cause rashes, but they are completely different diseases. Shingles is a reinfection of the chickenpox virus. If you had chickenpox as a kid, then the virus is still inside you and can reappear as shingles when your immune system is weakened, like after getting the COVID-19 vaccine.
When you get a vaccine, your immune system can get weakened, a little bit, and that can cause the shingles to present itself. For monkeypox, it's not something that's living in any of us, so it needs to be transmitted to us.
Doctors also said the rash caused by monkeypox and shingles look different. But again, neither shingles nor the COVID-19 vaccine has any connection to monkeypox. We featured even more answers to your monkeypox questions on our website. Just go to verifythis.com and search for monkeypox to find our fast facts and all of our stories on this developing topic. June is Pride Month across the nation. You might see some pride flags flying in your neighborhood, and many communities are hosting LGBTQ events. Ariante Till looks into how Pride began.
Pride Month is a celebration of visibility, equality, and self-affirmation for the queer community each June. There are many LGBTQ+ themed events in cities across the country. Streets lined with rainbow flags and flowers galore, and of course, huge parades around the country. While onlookers may see Pride as joyous and celebratory, a viral meme claims that the first Pride was a riot against police brutality. So let's verify. Did Pride Month start as a protest? Our sources are the Library of Congress and the ACLU. On June 28, 1969, police raided the Stonewall Inn, a popular gay bar in Greenwich Village, New York. That day marked the beginning of a 6-day standoff between police and LGBTQ+ protesters known as the Stonewall Uprising. Many patrons were brutalized and 13 people were arrested. According to the Library of Congress, quote, "The Stonewall Uprising was a tipping point for the gay liberation movement in the United States," unquote. At the time, homosexuality was defined as a mental illness, and according to the ACLU, some states' sodomy laws were rewritten to target same-sex couples. Bars and restaurants could get shut down for having gay employees or serving gay patrons. The ACLU of New York says, quote, "Police raids on gay bars were common, but on that particular night, members of the city's LGBT community decided to fight back, sparking an uprising that would launch a new era of resistance and revolution," unquote. The organization describes Stonewall as a protest against the NYPD. The first Pride March in New York City was held on June 28, 1970, the one-year anniversary of the Stonewall Uprising. So we can verify, yes, Pride Month did start as a protest. With your Verify, I'm Ariande Till.
We have time for one more Did You Know before we go. So let's stick with the Pride theme and ask, did you know the Pride flag has been around for more than 40 years? It was created in 1978 by Gilbert Baker as a positive symbol for the LGBTQ community. The first flag was hand-stitched and featured 8 stripes when it debuted at the San Francisco Gay Freedom Day celebration. Today, the flag features 6 stripes and serves as an internationally recognized symbol of pride. On behalf of our entire Verify team, I hope you enjoyed our show and learned something new today. I'm your host, Brandon Lewis. If you're craving even more fact checks, head on over to the Verify This YouTube page, where you can find bingeable fast facts, extended interviews with our experts, and lots of fact checks. While you're there, make sure to hit that subscribe button. As always, if there's something else you want us to verify, just sign up for our free daily fast facts by texting Verify to 202-410-8808. Once you're signed up, you can text us your claims or questions using the same number. And if you send your question to us as a video, you could end up in the show. Our number is still on the screen. So lock us in, and we'll see you back here next week with answers to more of your questions verified.